What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I got some new news concerning Gervonta Tank Davis. The return of the ape. He takes out Hugo Ruiz in one round. He battered him, punched him, beat him up quickly, swiftly. You could tell the punches were affecting Ruiz, as they should. He hit him with a right jab, a straight left, and a right hook, and it was a delayed knockdown. So that just showed you automatically that his power was just overbearing to Ruiz. He had busted Ruiz up because he was already bloodied when he got up, and Jack Reese waved that off quickly because he was asking him, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? And he couldn't respond, and when he waved it off, when a fighter... When a referee waves off a fight and a fighter doesn't give any resistance, you already know that fighter wanted to quit. And he did, rightfully so. Rightfully so. This guy, remember, before we start praising Gervonta Tank Davis too much, okay, this guy's coming from featherweight. This is his first fight at featherweight from another weight class. So he was possibly coming from 122. So keep that in mind. And the best thing you can do to amplify any fighter, because I know that's what Mayweather's doing to make Tank Davis look good, is to bring in a smaller guy, bring a smaller guy up to another weight class with a guy with power already. Okay? This guy already has power. He possesses power in both hands. He's a southpaw, and he's hungry as a ravaging dog because he hasn't fought since when? April of last year? Gervonta Tank Davis has been out of the ring for 10 months, damn near a year. He fought once last year. And then the time before that, it was in August of 2017. So he was ready to get his bearings back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's a good way to express your hunger, right, by knocking out a smaller guy. And that's crazy. And that's what he did with Hugo Ruiz. And Ruiz is, he was a game fighter, I guess, but how game was he? He's coming from a smaller weight class. So I guess they wanted to put him in there with someone that is smaller. And I don't know what it is about the PBC and shit like that. They're not fighting people their own size, and they're fighting people from another weight class. So we're going to see another fight. I'm just glad it wasn't Mares, because he didn't need Mares. Mares was a fighter that is from a totally different weight class. And just because a smaller guy calls you out don't mean you should, okay, yeah, come on up and fight, when you have guys that are already there in your weight class that you need to make a fight with to prove that you're the best in your division. See, that's the problem with Tank Davis. And I have no problem with Tank Davis at all, because I think Tank Davis he is a champion, and he has a lot of potential. But I think at the end of the day, he needs to fight the guys that will give him the best challenge so he can test himself truly. I'm going to let you guys listen to something. And this was Mayweather talking about Tank Davis and his possible fight with Loma, because a lot of people wants Loma and Tank Davis to clash at some point, So let me let you listen to Mayweather, okay?
But the guy, after Tank went out there and beat the champion up, Lomachenko fought Tank leftovers and with the distance. And guess what? Tank didn't have to go to the Olympics. Tank didn't have to fight 300 amateur fights. Tank didn't have to fight 400 amateur fights. Tank gonna go out there and get the job done. This right here, he's the real one in boxing. He's the truth. We don't care about that. We don't want to hear about that. Tank is the champion. It's his night. Give him his credit. Just like when all these other fighters go out there and was fighting all these years, y'all didn't want to give me my credit. And now y'all screaming this Pacquiao shit once again. When all you media people was talking about what Pacquiao was going to do, then I kick his ass there. Let's do it again. It's Tank night. Tank is the champion, and Tank is the face of boxing.
Whoa. Okay. Now, you know, that was strange from Mayweather. Mayweather stated, first of all, you heard it. You heard it, guys. You know, they were referring to Pedraza. You know, Pedraza fought Loma, and Loma went the distance with Pedraza, where Tank Davis knocked him out. Well, first of all, you got two different fighters. The styles, Pedraza, on top of Loma, he was just coming off a shoulder surgery. Okay, so he hadn't fought in a while, so he had to get the cobwebs out. He did hurt Pedraza later in the round, but he didn't get him out of there. But Loma's not known for power punching anyway like Tank Davis. Tank Davis, he's a tank. Why do you think they call him a tank? Because he can punch like a damn tank, like some type of army artillery, right? So, yeah, that was his specialty. Yeah, he was going to get him out, a young, strong savage like Tank Davis. Yeah, he was going to get Pedraza out of there, especially if he got him hurt. That's one thing I give Tank Davis. He's a finisher. Okay. Now, the funny thing is, you know, a reporter asked about, oh, well, if that fight happens, you know, we don't want to hear about that, right? Well, it's funny that Floyd says that is because when he was pissed off at Tank Davis, he wanted to throw him in there with Loma. He wanted to feed him to Loma like, you know, feeding somebody to the lions. He had no problem then when Tank was sending them damn subliminal ass messages about his promotional company. You know what I mean? He wasn't saying any certain names, but you could tell he was displeased with his promotional company and how they were running him, how they, you know, how his team was treating him. You know, he was managed bad, and he knew it. He was like, this is some bullshit. Meanwhile, Mayweather can go out and make hundreds of $1 millions fighting some amateur UFC fighter, some amateur boxer / UFC fighter with Conor McGregor, and then his fighters ain't getting shit. His fighters are getting crumbs. His fighters ain't even fighting. That's why Davis was doing that. You know what I mean? And look, I don't blame him. He's just another prisoner of the PBC. Real talk. But now he's back in good graces. He shut the hell up. He stopped sending those tweets out, those subliminal tweets. He stopped that. Okay, so cool. So at the end of the day, you know, they're praising him again. They're getting him in. Now he's being protected once again from Loma. See, at first they were protecting Tank when Loma's at 130, right? Then all of a sudden, Tank pissed him off. Then Floyd wants to feed him to Loma. Now he's protecting Loma again. And he comes out of nowhere with Pacquiao. Now y'all talking this Pacquiao shit. I'm like, Pacquiao? Nobody mentioned Pacquiao in that whole video. The whole video, no one mentioned Pacquiao. So it's kind of like, well, wait a minute. Is that bothering you once again? You know what I mean? Like, it's like police stops you and you said, I ain't got no drugs. They're going to look at each other and said, we didn't ask you if you had drugs or not. You know, put your hands on the car. You know what I mean? That just shows your guilt because no one mentioned Pacquiao in that. You know, if he didn't want to fight Pacquiao, he shouldn't have went and made a viral video trying to stay in the spotlight saying that he would fight fucking Pacquiao. Okay? He shouldn't have done that, but he did anyway, nonetheless. You know, and it's the trip with Mayweather. Like 50 Cent said, his brain is flip-floppy. You know, he says one thing, then he'll turn around and no, I don't want to do that. I never said I'd go do. No, you did. You said you wanted to fight Pacquiao. It went viral. Pacquiao signed with Al Heyman. Now you don't want to fight Pacquiao. You know what I mean? So that's just Floyd at the end of the day. You know, but of course, this is Floyd Mayweather. You know, he says it's about Tank. And further news is a potential fight between Tank Davis and Tenshin Nasukawa. You remember that guy? The Japanese guy Floyd beat up? Beat that little dude up? Yeah, they're trying to make a match between him and Tank. Instead of fighting real fucking boxers, okay? they want to put him in there with an MMA fighter, but the fighter's not allowed to kick. It's stupid. See, they need to get their shit together over on PBC, you know, because they're turning it into a spectacle. When you do that type of shit, oh yeah, you butter him up, then you bring him in there with Tank. You know what I mean? They already know the guy can't take a punch, so what the hell you think Tank's going to do to him? You know, this guy's not a boxer. That ain't right. You know, and you know, it's like, and then they want people to tune in, chime in, and they wonder why everyone talks shit about them. Well, they're talking shit about you guys because you guys are not doing what you're supposed to do in the sport of boxing. So anyway, that's my take on it. Tank Davis, KO in the first round. Congratulate him. Floyd Mayweather, still indecisive as ever. But, you know, you guys tell me what you think about Tank Davis. Who should he fight next? Please subscribe. You guys been counterpunched. Peace.